My beloved child, I see you sitting there in the quiet of a house that once echoed with the loud, vibrant sounds of life. I know the feeling of the silence that surrounds you now, a silence that sometimes feels heavy with memories and at other times feels like a sharp reminder of how fast the years have slipped through your fingers. You have crossed the threshold of 75 years, a beautiful, monumental milestone. Yet I know the secret tears you shed when no one is looking. I am here with you, right beside you in that familiar chair, looking at the photographs on the mantle that hold the faces of those you have loved and sacrificed for entirely. I see the invisible weight you carry on your shoulders, a weight that the world does not acknowledge, but one that I intimately understand. You have spent your entire life pouring your heart, your energy, and your resources into your family, making sure they were safe, fed, and guided. Now, in this season of your life, a season that was promised to be golden and serene, you find yourself navigating a strange, heartbreaking new landscape. If this message brought peace to your heart, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue our walk together every single day. I see the family envy. It breaks my heart just as deeply as it breaks yours when you notice the subtle, calculating glances from the very children you raised. I hear the whispered conversations they think you cannot hear, the expectations about your belongings, your savings, and the legacy you have built with decades of sweat and quiet endurance. You feel as though you are no longer seen as the mother or the grandmother, but as a vault of resources waiting to be divided. Please, my precious daughter, let me lift this immediate, crushing guilt off your chest. You are not wrong for feeling hurt. You are not selfish for wanting to protect what is yours, and you are certainly not a burden. So often you blame yourself, wondering where you failed, asking yourself if you love them too much or too little, or if this coldness is somehow the harvest of your own mistakes. I tell you now, look into my eyes and hear my truth. You did the best you could with the light you had, and your love was a beautiful reflection of mine. Do not let the enemy plant seeds of condemnation in your mind, making you feel responsible for the greed or the impatience that has taken root in the hearts of others. They are walking their own paths, and their choices are not your failures. In Matthew 11:28, I made a promise that stands eternal, especially for you in this very moment. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I meant those ancient words for you today in the face of this family tension. You are exhausted from trying to keep the peace, from walking on eggshells so you do not offend the children who now treat you like a fragile antique or a bank account. You worry about the future, about your health, about the terrifying prospect of a nursing home, and whether anyone will truly hold your hand with pure, unselfish love when the days grow shorter. I will be the one holding your hand. I have never left your side, and I never will. The love you so desperately crave from them, the validation you seek for a lifetime of hard work, I freely give to you right now. You are infinitely cherished, not for what you can leave behind in a will, but for the beautiful, enduring soul you are. Rest in my presence right now. Let the walls of that quiet house be filled with my spirit, a warm, protective embrace that shields you from the cold calculations of the world. You do not have to be strong anymore. You do not have to pretend you are not disappointed. Bring me your shattered expectations, your fears of losing your independence, and the deep, aching sorrow of feeling misunderstood by those of your own flesh and blood. I am collecting every single tear. I am sitting with you in this pain, completely validating the unfairness of it all. You are my beloved, and your worth is measured by my sacrifice, not by the shifting affections of your family. As we sit together in this space of honesty and grace, let us look at how this heavy burden truly came to be. Life happens with breathtaking speed. One moment, you were a young woman with a house full of noise and constant demands, completely absorbed in the daily survival of raising a family, and then you blinked, and the room's emptied. Without even realizing it, you built your entire identity around being their provider, their problem solver, and their endless well of support. The world taught you a relentless, exhausting lie. It told you that a good mother must give until she is entirely depleted, that your value is tied to your usefulness to others. As the decades passed, this lie built a fortress around your heart. You kept giving, kept rescuing them from their poor choices, and kept opening your doors and your purse, believing this was the only way to secure their love and keep the family united. But in doing so, the world and its constant, loud demands stole your peace. It distracted you from the quiet, simple truth that you are allowed to have boundaries, that you are allowed to rest, and that you do not owe anyone your absolute depletion. Now that you are over 75, a profound shift has occurred, bringing us to the very core of your current distress. I see the family envy clearly, and because I love you and want to protect your peace, I must guide you with gentle, divine wisdom. There are certain things you must keep entirely between you and me. I am asking you to never reveal these 3 plans to anyone after this age. First, never reveal the exact details of your financial plans and your inheritance. When you share these numbers or these decisions, you inadvertently awaken the dormant seeds of greed and entitlement in others. They begin to spend what is not yet theirs, and their interactions with you become tainted by an unconscious anticipation of your departure. Keep your resources private. Let them love you for you, not for what they calculate they will receive. Your finances are the shield of your independence in these twilight years. Guard them wisely and silently. Second, never reveal your deepest contingency plans regarding your health and potential future living arrangements until it is absolutely necessary for execution. When you express your fears about nursing homes or your desire to stay in your home, you invite a chorus of unwanted, often self-serving opinions. Suddenly, everyone believes they know what is best for you, and their solutions are frequently driven by their own convenience rather than your comfort. Make your arrangements quietly, secure the help of neutral professionals, and hold your dignity close to your chest. Do not give them the power to prematurely dictate the terms of your autonomy. Third, never reveal the depth of the spiritual peace and the boundaries you are establishing today. When you stop being the endless well they draw from, they will notice. They will push back. If you announce that you are pulling back to protect your heart, they will call it selfishness. Do not announce it. Simply live it. Let your silent, peaceful withdrawal be the boundary itself. You do not need to justify your desire for tranquility. I am offering you a loving, reality-anchored solution to your needs. You need peace, and peace requires a holy silence. It requires letting go of the need to manage their reactions and accepting that you cannot control their hearts. They are grown. Their lives, their financial struggles, and their resentments are their own burdens to carry now. I am releasing you from the lifelong contract you signed in your own mind that said you must fix everything for them. You are allowed to enjoy the sunlight warming your living room, a quiet cup of coffee, and the simple, profound joy of just breathing without carrying the anxiety of what your children or grandchildren are doing. This is not a betrayal of your family. It is a return to yourself and a return to me. I want you to experience the fullness of your remaining years, not as a waiting room for the end, but as a sanctuary of grace, where you and I walk closely, unburdened by the noisy expectations of the world. Now, my precious child, we come to the beautiful turning point, the moment where the heavy, dusty curtains are pulled back and my divine light floods into your room. This is the turn of grace. I know that when you look at the calendar, you see a number that makes you feel as though the story is already written and the final chapters are merely a slow fade into the background. The world tells you that your best days are in the past, that your current role is simply to step aside quietly and wait. But my grace does not operate on the world's timeline. In my kingdom, time is completely subservient to love, and it is never, ever too late for a profound, breathtaking renewal of your spirit. I am here to offer you my true relief. The time you have left on this earth, whether it is counted in days, months, or years, is an expansive, magnificent canvas for my peace. Do not measure your life's worth by how much you produce or how much you can give to your children. I am changing your perspective right now. I want you to see this season not as a decline, but as an ascent into the purest form of spiritual freedom you have ever known. Remember the words I spoke to my disciples in John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid. The world gives peace conditionally, based on everyone being happy with you, based on your bank account being full, based on your health being perfect. But my peace transcends all of that. It is a solid rock beneath your feet when the family dynamic is shifting and uncertain. It is the warm, steady reassurance in your heart when the house feels entirely too quiet. You look around at the objects in your home, the physical accumulations of a lifetime, and sometimes they feel more like anchors than treasures. You worry about who will take the heirlooms, who will care for the memories, and whether they will fight over the remnants of your history. Release that heavy burden right now. The true treasure you leave behind is not made of silver or wood. It is the spiritual resilience you are demonstrating today. I am inviting you to completely release the anchor of regret that ties you to the past. You cannot change how you raised them. You cannot erase the mistakes you made, and you cannot force them to behave with the honor and respect you deserve. But you can give them completely to me. Place your children, your grandchildren, and all their chaotic, envious desires into my hands. I am far better equipped to carry them than you are. By letting go of them, you are not abandoning them. You are trusting me to be their God, so that you can finally just be my beloved child. As you establish these new, silent boundaries, as you keep your plans private and protect your heart, you will feel a lightness you have not experienced since you were a little girl. You will wake up in the morning and realize that the only agenda you have is to walk with me, to talk with me, and to let me love you. You do not have to earn your place in this world anymore. You have run a long, arduous race, and you have loved deeply, even when it hurt. Now, it is your turn to be loved, fiercely and unconditionally, by the Creator of the universe. Do not be afraid of the future. Do not fear the transition of your body, and do not fear the end of this earthly road. When that day comes, it will not be a harsh ending, but a gentle stepping from this life directly into my waiting arms, where every tear will be forever wiped away. Until then, we have living to do. We have sunsets to watch, quiet prayers to share, and deep, restorative peace to experience together. You are safe with me. Your legacy is secure in heaven, untouched by rust, moths, or the envy of men. Embrace this holy liberation. Walk in the quiet, majestic dignity of a woman who knows exactly who she belongs to. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, "I receive your peace, Lord," so that I know you have accepted this divine exchange. And please, subscribe to the channel so we can continue to walk together, hand in hand, every single day, as I guide you through this beautiful, sacred season of your life.